y'all? It's your boy Frederico, and this is the Pound Podcast. Today, live, we got my mans, Rashon Kamari, and we got my guy, the best chef ever, my dude, Key. Yo, what's good, fellas? How y'all feeling today?
Feeling good, bro. Thank you for having us. How you
listen, man, this shit is a blessing, man. We blessed to be here. 2020 been crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas forgetting they mask every time we gotta go in the stores and shit like that.
I was coming downstairs like, damn, I hope they not about to be on us for these masks right now.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a fat nigga, so I gotta be comfortable at all times. The masks make me sweat. I can't breathe. I gotta be comfortable. But yo, listen, man, y'all, I see y'all doing y'all thing out here, man. Like, I see your name ringing, Keys, with the chef shit, you know what I'm saying? Cooking and all of that.
Gotta eat right,
you know what I'm saying? You be having me hungry as hell looking at the Instagram.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Rashon, you already know, bro. You making big moves out here, bro. I see you out here.
Shit.
New single out, for the people. What's the name of the single?
So I got a new single and a music video out. It's called Over You. And, to give people a little synopsis, it's basically like, when you watch the video, you see me doing these things with all of these people, all my closest friends and family. And if you listen to the message behind the song, it's basically like, even though I'm doing these things and these are things I used to do with you, I'm trying to usher in a new way of doing it, but I still can't get over you. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm trying to, alienate myself from that feeling or that moment that we had, even in front of Radio City Music Hall, or going out to our favorite spot, Mimi's. It's like, yeah, I do it with my brothers and we have a good time, but it's just not what it was with you.
Wow, that's fire. Yeah. See, because like me, I'm over all my bitches. Yeah. All my old bitches, I'm over all them bitches. I'm tired of them. I'm just be honest with you. But yo, let's get into the nitty gritty, man. Yo,
let's talk about it.
Where you from, man? For the people that don't know out there.
So, I'm from Westchester, White Plains to be exact. Born and raised all 23 years of my life. Mm-hmm. Shout out to my pops. He's a real street legend out here. So, it was easier for me to just kind of grow out here, not necessarily have to worry about certain things that I guess a lot of my friends and family did have to worry about. So, I'm from White Plains, New York, son of two born hustlers, one outside of the country, one here. I'm a humble young man. I'm very big on building my people up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, when I go somewhere, it don't even matter if I'm going to the bookstore, if I'm going to fucking Target to go get something, I'm always with one of my guys on my team, and that's who I am. We stand on where we from. We real big on that.
Basically, viewers out there, you fuck with Rashon, you're gonna end up on the side of a milk carton, basically. Keys, yo, where you from, bro?
Yo, bro, Westchester as well, but New Road.
Okay.
I know. Shouts to White Plains, but it's purple New Road.
Heard you. Huguenots, I heard y'all. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I went to Monroe College out there. You know what I'm saying? I was getting a lot of pussy out there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was out there wilding.
I ain't gonna say much, but
you know what I'm saying? I was out there wilding. You know what I'm saying? Right by the Hollows. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to the Hollows. Shout out to New Road.
Well, first of all, shout out to my niggas Coolio. Right. That's my nigga Bev, of course. Mm-hmm. Shout out to my nigga also Neat. You know what I'm saying? My niggas Tiz.
Right.
They very big New Road representatives and
shout out PJ.
PJ, you know PJ Torres, PJ Splash. Mm-hmm. Shout out all my guys from the road. You know what I'm saying? Too Cool for sure. Shout out all those guys, even all the artists that are coming out, people I didn't mention. It's always love when we go over there because niggas don't be on that type of time.
No, that's a fact. So basically, we all come from humble beginnings. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? All of us, we have our own stories and all of that. Right. But within your fields, whether it's, culinary or music, for you, Rashon, when did you realize you wanted to do this?
So I think I realized this was for me. I think this was my calling card when there's really two sides of it. So I figured out it was my calling card when me and my brother KP, when we linked up in high school, the end of high school type shit. And I was very passionate about baseball. I was very passionate about just supporting dreams of, my brothers at the time, because I've grown up having to deal with 100 niggas that claim to be my dog or my best friend. So as I got older and I started doing this, started to realize that I needed to believe more in my circle. So Nico and KP are big reasons into why I started making music.
And Nico, that's Nico Brim.
Yeah, my brother.
Shout out Nico Brim.
Yeah.
Shout out KP, aka Classic Poet.
Right. Shout out my brothers for real, And that's when I really started to realize like, okay, I could do it. And not only could I just do it, I could do it better than well. Because what I wanted out of music wasn't like, I didn't care to be the hottest, or I didn't care to be like, all those parameters that people place on themselves, I didn't put that on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all gonna do something and jump into a lane or create a lane for ourselves, but I was just trying to make music that I like listening to.
Right.
It was like, I feel with that's what really drove me to just, I want to sit down sometimes and ride and smoke in my car and listen to some shit that is at fucking 85 BPMs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's half speed. I like a vibe, you know what I'm saying? Anything I do is about that vibe.
Right.
So, that's really why I started like doing what I was doing.
That's dope. Key, what about you, brother? When you realized that you knew culinary was for you?
I'm gonna definitely say it was probably like sophomore or junior year of high school. I stopped playing sports for like probably like 2 years at the time and everything. So I just wanted to keep myself occupied and busy because everybody was, doing everything, running the streets or just in and out of whatever it was. I was speaking to one of my chefs at school, and he was just like, yo, if you pick this field, because it was like one of the career days, he was like, if you pick this field, I can promise you always have money in your pocket and food in your belly. And I'm like, I'm a young nigga, I'm like, nigga, I'm gonna always eat. You know what I mean? No disrespect, I'm gonna always eat, but I didn't really fully grasp it until I got into it and dove into it fully, and I was like, yo, started finding out about different types of, red meats. Like me, I like steak.
Right.
I started having Wagyu steak, T-bone steaks on the regular, and I'm like, I would have never, been exposed to this type of environment or anything if I never dabbled into it. Yep. And my whole family cooks, so it was inevitable for me. I feel like it was.
Gotcha. So what makes you different?
Different? I don't set limits to myself. A lot of people ask me what's my specialty. I like seafood, but it's not the only thing I can cook. I can do pasta, I can do Asian, I can do Indian, Caribbean.
Basically, so no one can really ask you that. Basically, it's like your answer to them is any way you want it.
Exactly.
Like whichever way, whatever route you want to go, I could do that shit.
No, that's dope.
That's dope. No, that's dope. Listen, and that's a big difference because there's a lot of people that they stick to their specialties, and that's the only thing that they can grasp doing for people. Because if it's not on the menu, it's hard for a lot. There's some people out there that can't go off the menu.
Right.
That's a fact.
So that's dope that you could do that. What about you, Rashon? What kind of makes you unique? You have a unique sound anyway. Your sound is like, I always say to myself, your sound is very mainstream. Like a lot of people, especially locally in the 914 area, you might get a few picks of the litter who have a unique sound, who don't sound like anybody, who just sound like themselves. And I think that you're one of those people that has their own unique sound. Basically, where did you find that sound?
So there's a lot and I could try to sum it up, but like I just try to wrap it up. Like there's a lot that goes into my sound. There's a lot that goes into my music. There's a lot that goes into just kind of formulating this mindset that I have in terms of just being a forward thinker. Like when I hear sound, I think of frequency and hertz. I think of measurement. Necessarily, I think of like eardrugs. I don't look at music for the basic concept and what music is generally. I look at music for like colors almost. And I look at it for like the way it makes me feel. I look at music for like experience. Right. The relatability. And also I look at music for relief. There's a lot of music I've listened to and I've grown up on that. I'd dead be in a mood for a week and I have that one song on repeat for a week because it's not only resonating with my feelings, but it's just hitting me. My chakras a little different. So with my sound, it was more so like a culmination of everything. It's like, for me, I think what drives me to be so unique and what makes me so unique is like, I was born this way. A lot of people aren't really aware of like the responsibilities that they, kind of spiritually sign up for, the signs that come your way. And some people ignore them.
Authenticity.
Oh, right. And that's me, bro. Like when I mean I'm a vibe inside and out, like internally, I like to read. I like my time by myself. You know what I'm saying? I like to spend time with my mom. I like to spend time with my family, spend time with my brothers. You know, people go out and have fun. Like, the things that make me a better person are the human acts that a lot of people forget in life. You know what I'm saying? Whether I could help my brother today, help my mom tomorrow, or help a stranger on the street.
Right.
You know, it's like, things like that are what moves me. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that I wake up every day and I'm like, I'm not even thinking about myself really.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I'm honing in on my music and really crafting on my sound and now focusing on myself, I'm starting to see the struggle a little bit, you know, so my sound is getting better.
Yeah.
Because now the experience is up in the ante on me. You know, whether people are necessarily leaving my life or people leave this world or, you know, police brutality, the, you know, whole political bullshit that's been going on. There's so many things that tie into my sound that, you know, is different than just like a lo-fi beat.
Right.
It's different than just having substance in your lyrics. It's about being in pocket. You know, it's about being infectious, I feel like. So that's what I want my sound to be. I want it to be infectious. It don't gotta be, you know, and I feel like whatever it is infectious is the greatest. You know?
And nigga, you using a lot of big words right now. A lot of my viewers is, you know what I'm saying, we was all 3 wrong answers away from special ed, you know what I'm saying? But yo, my nigga, I'ma just tell you this, to be honest, with your music, I can't not have a chick next to me.
Right.
Like, I'll be in the crib by myself, you put a new video, you put the new video out, I watch this shit, and I say about 25 seconds in, I had to scroll through my call log because I'm like, yo, I can't be lonely for this nigga music on. Like, it's like that's why I fuck with your music because, like you said, whether it's frequency, vibes, however you want to look at it,
Right.
It's like, that's your niche.
Yeah.
That's what, like, to listen to your music is an experience.
Right.
Because now, if you was on some rowdy shit prior to listening to Rashon Kamari, nah, now you gotta turn that shit off.
Right.
Nigga, light the incense, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that ass though, light the incense.
Get the Moscato poured,
Light the
you know what I'm
incense.
saying? Like, now you gotta chill, you know what I'm saying? Light roll
Pour
one,
that
light
vino.
one, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's your music.
For sure.
So who influenced you though? All right, so for both of y'all, I'm gonna let you answer first, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it's mainstream wise or just someone in particular in your family or in your life.
Fred is about to have a field day with this. Fred's about to have a field day with this answer, y'all. Let me tell you why. Every day I go on Twitter and I scroll on my timeline, I might not ever see a day that goes by where Fred is not talking about Aubrey Drake Graham. There's a day where this nigga doesn't go by where he's like, nah. And I get it, and I understand the parallels, you know what I'm saying, between music and rap.
Right,
like,
right.
You know, like, there are certain things that are just like, it trumps kind of your GOAT
it's
status.
codes, it's, you know, for sure.
Right, so, I mean, shit, Drake inspired me. You know, obviously, like those mainstream guys, but the real people I would say really inspire me are my cousin Wes from Ferris.
Right.
Hunter Waves from White Plains.
Right.
Nico, Sherry. You know, like these, like musically, other musicians that inspire me. These are like some of the biggest inspirations because not only do they inspire me, they teach me as well.
Right. Shout out Sherry Marie.
Yeah. Shout out Nico Brim. Shout out my boy, you know, Wes. Shout out U.C.A. The whole family, the whole team. You know, I was actually recording the joint you swiped up the other day and on my close friends and you fucked with it. Like, me and Sherry was in the studio working on that. And a lot of my music now that is about to come out is it has a lot more range. You know, so even for me to kind of be in tune with it is a little harder right now because I was caught up in this amount of space when really vocally I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So those are the people that inspire me. They help me take my shit to the next level, but they, you know, they're here for me. They're not just in my circle, they're in my corner too.
That's dope. Yeah. Who inspired you?
Food-wise, I'm gonna say my uncles, definitely. Like, there's not one uncle I have that can't cook something great. And it was like each time I spent, you know, summers with them, holidays, or just weekends with them, it was always putting me onto something new. So it was just like, I don't know. I just saw how food made them happy, even though they did, they're in different types of fields. But
nigga, food make me happy too, nigga.
What?
As you can see.
You feel me? Not to be cliche with that generic shit, like the cookouts and everything, everybody standing around the grill just talking, like, that just brought them all together. They're not all married in.
Right.
Sidebar. It's funny that, like, him and I are, like, really brothers. Like, him, like, out of all my friends and all my family, like, he's probably, like, the most recent. Probably within the last 6 years. I met him going into college. We both went to TC3 together. And
shout out TC3.
yeah, shout out TC3 for making this happen. Right
where you don't even gotta go there, but you can go there.
Yeah. Any of my young brothers listening, don't go.
Don't go to TC3.
Yeah, go to WCC if you go. Right. So, music and food, I feel like are two universal tools, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they bring the world together. Right. Real shit. I could be in New York and eat some Indian cuisine, and now I want to go home and learn about their culture because their food tastes so good.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or I could go watch a fucking Russian movie, and now I wanna learn Russian because the shit impacted me so much. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact. Listen, that's a fact.
Yeah.
But so basically, prior to the show, we were talking about preparation, routines, prior to you guys doing what you do. What is the vibes like before you start to cook or before you start to make music? Like studio, all right, so for you, right? Before you go in that kitchen, what's something that is vital, like it has to be done before you start chefing it up?
That shit better be clean. It has to be clean, top to bottom. It has to be clean. I gotta know that I personally cleaned it because I don't care about everybody else.
Right.
If I'm not, scrubbing the table, the pots, whatever, I'm not gonna really feel confident. It's like I'm gonna be like, nah, there's some type of dirtiness around me. Next, I gotta have music. Like, listen, my brothers are like Wes, KP, Rashon, everybody, bro. I listen to everybody. So, just gotta have the nice music on because like that's gonna determine the type of food I produce.
Got you. Are you a drinker, a smoker, anything?
I'm a smoker.
Okay.
But I probably won't smoke before I eat. Before I cook.
Got you.
Because I like to just stay in tune with it.
Yeah,
if
you
I
got
do, on the very rare occasions, I'm gonna come out with some craziness. Like,
got you.
Fucking, what was the shit I made? The fucking Fruity Pebble pancakes.
Fruity motherfucking pebble pancakes.
So smack, and they just came out. Each time I make them smack, they come out good. So it's like,
yeah, he can't make them when he's not hot.
Yeah,
I won't let him.
Holy shit!
I'm nice with the breakfast, lunch, dinner, but everything, music, everything gotta be clean, and occasionally maybe a spliff. So
that's fire. Yo, what you got to do before you get in the studio, bro?
Shit, to be honest, before I get in the studio, bro, I need my personal time. Because I'm big on, like, when I'm in the studio having my team with me. You know what I'm saying? Having my peoples in there that, hear it differently, support me, fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I just like them having around because they good energy. You know what I mean? So I would say that time before I get into that mode, to just sit down, whether it's play video games or fucking do some research on the computer because I'm trying to go back to school for cybersecurity. Whether it's just like anything that's personal, helping my mom, spending time with my grandma. Like, once again, bro, like...
Hold on, wait, I'm sorry to cut you off. You say you're going back to school for cybersecurity.
Yeah.
I got you. You making sure niggas don't get the leaks on your music.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. No breaches, none of that bullshit, bro. So like, aside from, that moment of just being in my own element, another thing that's essential is definitely smoking. Definitely smoking for me. I'm very, like, I'm self-educated, I'm self-motivated. I see a lot of, like, just notions about weed that's not necessarily positive. Yeah. Yet, my mom's a health professional. And, she's on the scientific end, and she's also on the, as a consumer who does those things, she has allowed me, or let me not even say allowed me, she enabled me to have research and studies and to be able to understand the benefits and the property when it's not being abused. Right. So it's like marijuana is my number one go-to. I've never done any other drug. I'm not big on that. I really don't like drinking like that, to be honest.
Got you.
So It's really just my solidarity, and when that time when I'm by myself, I'm most likely safe.
Got you. So, like, when you guys are in your mode and you're about to get ready to do what you do, is it possible for people to be in there with you? Do you want people there, or do you not want people there? Or you rather be dolo by yourself?
Solo dolo.
Got you.
It depends. Like, even like certain times, for me, it's like I feel like I can have him around me all the time because he's very quiet. You know, just naturally he's just a quiet person. You know, so it's not like when I'm in my room, I don't feel like I'm taking away or being rude or not being as connected. Right. You know, because he's someone who no matter where he go, he's still in his own kind of world. Right. When it's time to be, you know. So I could have people there. It has to be like a select few, you know, or like. And
I know that it's, you know, I went to one of your sessions before, and it got to be calm.
Yeah.
It got to be real calm in there. Some good brothers.
Yeah.
Some fine women. Yeah. You know that, but
sure.
Everybody's just chilling.
For sure.
Ain't nobody rowdy in there. Ain't nobody, you know, ain't none of the bullshit.
None of that. And I'm big on obviously character and integrity, but I'm very big on the way that you handle yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people that came and went into my life have handled situations. The reason why I don't fuck with them is not because of anything that they've done to me. It's what they've done in the dark about me. Right. You know? So it's like, I'm not in the streets, bro. I'm not someone who has a street soldier or anybody out there finding information for me. There's only one person who does that for me, and that's God. Right. You know what I'm saying? So my mom raised me that way. You know, don't go looking for nothing that will come to you. Right. And yeah, like that's really it, bro. It gotta be a calm vibe. You can't be on no, I don't care what type of music you make, but you can't be on no high-head, egotistical type vibe around me.
Like I say for me, right? I say I'm sort of a chameleon. You know?
I know what you mean.
I adapt to my surroundings, and like for you, when in the studio, it was calm, so I was calm. Right. I've been in other studios with other artists where, you know, the intensity is high. Right. You know, a lot of street niggas in there.
Absolutely.
I can adapt in that as well. Right. So, you know, but for you guys to know, not only not to know, like to know yourselves, but to know what works for you, that's good, because a lot of people, they'll do it in any condition, as long as they're doing it. Right. And for you guys to know, these are my conditions, these are my terms, this is what I need, this is my routine, and to stick to that, I think that's a true testament to why you guys are so good at what you do. Yeah. And I respect that.
Thank you, man. And like, not to cut you off, I think like the biggest difference between us and like the rest of the people who have that kind of problem is like, I'm not attached to music. Meaning I love music. Music is I love everything, like, you know what I'm saying? I love smoking weed. I'm not attached to it though. Right. Meaning that if it doesn't work out for me, it's not end all be all. So like you said, people who will do anything just because they want to, like, you know, it's that type of situation. I've realized that those are people who kind of grow vertically. You know, they don't cover as much ground as they can. Yet you will see a lot. Yeah. You will see a lot of heights, but however, I'm not big on vertical growth. Right. You know what I'm saying? I want to cover ground. I want to know. I want to retain information. You know what I'm saying? I want to be here and learn information from point A to point Z. I don't care about just getting to Z. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that for me. So I think a lot of people struggle with that because they're not really clear on who they are. And they attach to shit. A lot of niggas make music for the look. A lot of niggas make music for the women.
For the money.
And let's be honest, you have a better chance making more money somewhere else other than music right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's just the truth if you don't know your shit. Right,
especially because, you know, a lot of labels and stuff are giving out bad deals anyway to begin with.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the funny thing. Like, a lot of, like, me as an artist and me and my family, when we be watching these artists, all these littles and these youngs and all these new niggas come up, you know, I realize that these people aren't, they just placement for right now. They not
Right.
Every nigga shitted on Drake. Every exec artist shitted on Drake, shitted on Hov, shitted on niggas who 20, 30, 40 years we consider great.
They're still doing it. Yep, they're still stable.
Right. Because at the end of the day, Hov walked into Def Jam with 100,000. Like, I don't need y'all to sign me.
Right.
I'm here for bigger purposes.
Right.
He was a businessman. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't care. Because he was honest with himself, and he wasn't attached to music. He might be attached to money. That nigga love a dollar.
You could
you could surely tell. Right. But I mean, yeah, man, like don't do that to yourself.
Right.
Don't create that.
So basically to, gravitate back towards, the music.
Mm-hmm.
You had a big record with yourself and Nico.
Yes.
Feds Watching.
Yep. Shout out my brother.
What was the mindset going into that record? Was it just normal, you guys were on your tag team champs type shit?
So me and Nico, let me say it like this. Nico and I are, I think, the best tandem writing team the world has never seen. Because you're mixing an R&B artist with a literal hip hop musician.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like what Drake is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
if you split his body.
If you was to legit split his body, and he got the Hov side and then he got the Jodeci side.
Right.
So I think we're the greatest tandem in the world. So when it came to Feds Watching, it wasn't our first record. Mm-hmm. I've been on No AC, and I've been on Winter Cold, which was 2 songs on his last project. Mm-hmm. And, it wasn't anything different. It was like one summer, he came to my crib. His car had broke down. He took the train to come out to my crib because at that time, we were staying with each other over the summer, working on mad records and shit. So he was coming from his crib, and he comes to my house, and I'm like, yo, this is for No AC. Like this is when I knew the vibe was different. I'm like, yo, go through these beats, pick one. Picks one. He's like, yo, I want you on this. From that day, anytime we get on a song, it's nothing but unreal energy. So we wrote Feds Watching in his Jeep in front of his crib.
Wow.
Wasn't in the studio. It wasn't, we were pitching ideas back and forth, and I'm sitting here and I'm telling them like, yo, it'd be fire, because we were going to do traditional 16 bar verse. Mm-hmm. I'm like, we both get on the hook. I go first. You go 8 bars. I go 8, you go 8, then you go 4. I go 4, then you go 4. And then the next verse, we legit flop it. You go 8, I go 8, you go 4, I go 4. So with the energy of the record, it created a lot of room for listeners. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even men could listen to, even though it's about women. It's like, you so bad, you got the Feds Watching. It's just a true vibe. Right. Whether it's and the thing behind that story is Instagram. That's kind of where we got it. Mm-hmm. Feds Watching. We weren't literally talking about the feds. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about
the lurkers.
The lurkers. Mm-hmm. Right. Girl, you so bad. Niggas is on you.
Niggas is on you. Bitches is hating.
Yeah. Shit, my pop's probably on your page right now. You feel me? But it's like, that was the energy we tried to convey. We tried to make an anthem for the women. When him and I come together, it's never like, our lives are very insightful and enlightened. So when we make music, I don't stress translating certain shit into it. Mm-hmm. Because like when you speak to me, and I don't ever talk about music. Right. He'll tell you, I don't ever really talk about my music. Unless it's like, it makes sense type of situation. Yeah. But I'm not.
So when the record, so I remember it like it was yesterday, because I remember how proud of you I was when it hit the radio.
Oh my God.
When it hit the radio, what was that experience like for you?
It was crazy. it was, you know, I cried. First person I called was my mom. I didn't even call Neek. You know, first thing I did was I recorded it on being on the radio because I didn't want to lose that moment. And you know, I'm someone who's very big on like living in a moment instead of necessarily documenting it. You know, there's been so many things I've done that I have no pictures for, no actual content, but it's like the experience was enough for me.
Right.
You know, so when we're driving, and this is the crazy part because it's me and Shaq, we're going to the U-Haul spot because I was doing something for my grandma that day. And Shaq is just flipping through the...
Shout out Peso.
Shout out my dog Peso. Shaq's just flipping through the channels in his whip. And I'm on the phone. And they'll tell you, like, when I'm on my phone, I'm locked in. Yeah. Like, I'm really, like, tuned in. So Shaq goes on XM radio, goes on Shade 45. And Fred, from the moment I looked at my phone and I looked at the screen and it said Feds watching Nico Brim featuring Rashon Kamari. Bro, I had no idea that we would be on the radio that day. I had no idea that shout out DJ Who Kid. I had no idea that Nico didn't even know that Who Kid was gonna do that. Nico had sent Who Kid the record. Like, yo, tell me what you think type shit. Who Kid fuck with it, obviously. And, you know, thanks to that experience, now Fans Watching is over 1 million streams.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, and I cried, bro. You know, like, it was just about the moment and what it did for my mom. You know, because, like, her and I, like, we been through a lot in terms of me going to school and me playing baseball. You know, like, my potential is very high in anything that I do.
Right.
You know, she just wanted me to kind of stick to something. And, like, you know, all my friends are graduating. Mad people are coming home with degrees and shit like that. But I told my mom, that's not me.
Right.
You know, so,
everybody's victories are different.
Everyone's victories are different. I said, Ma, like, I could go to school and put you in debt or put myself in debt. Or I could go chase this dream.
Right.
And I told her, you know, honestly, regardless of what you want me to do, I'm going to go chase this dream. And, you know, like, the day I called her and I FaceTimed her and, you know, she's on the phone crying with me. You know, now all of those conversations where she'd be like, you know, you disappointed me, you not fulfilling, you know, the way I raised you and certain shit, like those real
mother-son conversations.
Just all that burden just right off my back because I'm taking gradual steps.
Right, because you showed that it's a gratifying experience because you showed this can happen.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
And again and again and again.
Like, and it was crazy for me because out of everyone in the area who makes music, I'm probably the one person with the least content. You know what I'm saying? But yet, I feel like I have the most notoriety because of, it's kind of like when crack hit, right?
Right.
When you put a piece of crack in front of a cracker, he's gonna go crazy.
Right.
And then it's gone. And now niggas is looking hard. Every time they see me, yo, when are you dropping something? Drop the project. Niggas don't even want no more singles, bro. Niggas want me to drop a project now. Now it's like the conversation switches. Yo, bro, when's the next song? Or when are you dropping the tape?
Yeah, because nigga, every time you drop a single, the bitches leave after the single done. The niggas want the bitches to stay. So you gotta drop a whole project so the bitches can stay a little longer, maybe spend the night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like, shit, man, project is done. Project is done. You
got a name? You ready to give a name or not yet? It's coming soon?
Yeah, I got a name. It's called Hertz. The unit of frequency. Exclusive. Yeah. You know, nobody knows that. You know
what I'm saying? We just got the drop just now on the Pound Podcast. Yeah. Hertz coming out by Rashon Kamari.
Yeah, we're looking for February as the drop date.
Got you.
I might really strike one with Valentine's Day.
I was just about to say.
I think that's gonna be my.
This nigga's the smoothest. This the smoothest nigga I've ever seen in the fucking on the 914 music scene right now. This nigga, as soon as he said February, I said this nigga might drop on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I think because like, you know, now we talk about my music. It's a lot of what's on this project is about my relations with women.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's not a song on there that's like talking about my situation, my family, or I'm
Right.
talking about, you know, me struggling. And I have all those situations and I have all those songs. But this, you know, in the last year or two, I've been dealing with like a lot of women troubles.
Right.
You know, it's not as smooth as it look right here.
Yeah, for sure,
right?
for sure.
For anybody, and you know, I've subjected myself to a lot of experience with women. You know, because I couldn't get over my emotional grief with my with my ex. So you know, for the last like 2 years since I was 21, I was just kind of just riding the wave a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just here and there, Miami, LA,
Right.
Atlanta, different women, different nights. And, you know, there's a lot that I gravitated to and some that, you know, fuck with me more than ever.
Right.
More than anybody in their life. And I'm here like, nah, it's still not it. You know, so that's what hurts is, and it's a double entendre on hurts, like, you know, pain and feelings. And it's, you know, the shit that I'm conveying in this will definitely hit certain units of frequency. Definitely. Certain beats, certain breakdowns, certain interludes, certain melodies,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I said, infectious.
And nigga, I'm seeing you in other people's videos.
Yeah.
You taking niggas' bitches in videos and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know now, for breaking news purposes, if you gonna be the go-to nigga in the 914 music scene in the videos to take a nigga bitch in the video.
So, I mean, soon, I'm always down. This is the thing about, like, people out here. Like, I love everybody out here, right? But a lot of niggas is fake.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you what. Because I've always been someone who was known just because other people, whatever it was. You never see me going around like the court jester, like, here I am, Mr. Popular. It always came to me. And now that I'm doing music and I'm with Nico, I'm with Melly, or, you know, I'm shouting my boy Suave from Atlanta, he's up and coming. Mm-hmm. Or I'm with Jordan. You know what I'm saying? It's like all these people have been my friends since high school.
Shout out Jordan, JT, Jordan Tucker.
Yeah, so, you know, it's crazy, like, when people see me doing these things and in these videos with all these people, it's like, and shout out my brother Johnny, because that was the last music video I did.
Johnny Price.
Yeah, I was in two or three of his videos already, so I'm not the go-to guy for that. It's just kind of like my dogs have an idea for me.
For
you
sure.
know what I'm saying? They understand me. They understand, like, the lane I'm gonna play. And actually, in Johnny's video, I played an asshole. Someone I'm not at all. So it was like,
Yeah, you had to be the opposite. You really had to dig deep.
yeah, I had to, like, being an asshole is just like I had to dig into my personal bag, my bag where it was like, all right, I'm shelved off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She trying to talk to me or whatever, and I'm in my phone handling some business. I was literally handling a business email in the video.
Wow. So, like, my thing is this, right? So I was mad at myself because I was supposed to be in the video.
Right.
I had to go fucking coach, and we fucking lost anyway. And I said, yo, what the fuck? I was telling my players, like, nigga, I could have been in a whole music video.
Right.
Getting my acting on and shit.
Right.
And, you know, I'm watching the video and shit. I'm hating on the nigga that took my part.
Because he went crazy.
I'm like, man, look at this nigga. I mean, I would have did something different on that part there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hating on the nigga. But fuck, you know what I'm saying? He did a good job. He did what he had to do. But, no, so, like, even let's get into that.
Right.
The Johnny Price thing, right? And you talk about all these people.
Shout out Small Circle.
Shout out Small Circle, Tay Bands.
All them dudes over there. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to wait till later to ask it, but I might as well ask it now because we're here. Who in the 914 would you like to work with that you haven't worked with before?
Does it have to be? It could be anyone from the 914.
Anyone.
Up,
down.
Mary J.
Got you. Mary J, 914 legend, Yonkers.
Yeah, I've always... My mom grew up on Mary J. You know, like, I feel like at that time in the 90s and in the early 2000s, you know, like, when you go through real, like, trial and tribulations with your significant other, you know, it was a lot of Mary J playing, cleaning up, on the way to school.
For sure, because if Mary J was playing in my house, I knew my pops fucked up.
Yeah, right.
I know he did something, so I'm going to walk back the other way.
And, you know, especially, like, and it's crazy that you said that because I'm so on my, like, team mom that those moments, like, whenever I hear Mary, I just remember like being a young nigga having to console my mom.
Right.
You know, a level of emotional vulnerability that I never experienced before. Nobody taught me how to do that. I kind of just had to, or stay in a shell and let that fuck me up to where I'm 23 now, couldn't deal with shit, can't talk about shit. But at 8 years old, I was sitting here talking to my mom about things while she got Mary J playing in the background. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy because like one thing about Mary to me is her dancing.
Right.
You know
what I'm saying? The signature
it's
dance.
energy though.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's like that's a good mood vibe right there. You know what I'm saying? It's like also too listening to her story. You know what I'm saying? She was discovered in the Galleria right here.
Right. I remember that story.
You know,
I heard that story.
It's crazy because White Plains don't got nobody that's, you know, really up. And I think the next person that's gonna do it is Jordan.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how it's supposed to be.
For
you
sure.
know, like Mary is like, it's probably one of my, because once again, her as a vocalist, she could teach me a lot. You know, I really like working with people that I could listen to and learn from. So I definitely want to work with Mary.
So like even like what you just said about the White Plains thing, you know, White Plains doesn't really have anybody, you know, even in the history books of hip hop and R&B.
Right.
You know, like Westchester, we're doing a good job with unity right now.
Yeah, we are, for sure.
Now, for those that live outside of Westchester and they do know little parts of Westchester, when it comes to, you know, historical figures, Yonkers, Mount Vernon, Newro are always...
Grand Puba, Denzel, Diddy, DMX, Mary J.
Exactly.
You name it.
You know, and Pete Rock,
Pete Rock, I was about to say...
You know, they have those people. I feel personally, this is that time.
Yeah.
You know, White Plains...
Shout out Nico and KP. We've been talking about that for a long time.
It's time, man.
You know,
I think that you guys are the ones.
Yeah.
I think you guys, you know, with other people,
for sure.
Whether it's Small Circle, Black Vanity, whether
right.
you know, there's other people that play their parts as well. But like me talking to you now, I know that you're one of those people.
Yeah.
Now, what about the rest of your crew? So now your crew,
right?
You guys are called U.C.A, right?
Yeah, so we got so our academy, you know, because we're bigger than just a group.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all 6 individuals in this academy have taught each other something different.
Right.
You know, and you know, so we'll start with, obviously we got ChefBev to my left. You know, he's a savant when it comes to culinary and nutrition. Then we got Donnie, DNA. You know, he's a health guru, fitness guru. That man is.
Donnie, DNA. Listen, nigga, I want to come, but them fucking workouts look too damn hard. I feel like I'm back in college playing basketball again. I don't got time.
I ain't gonna front. They are rigorous. They are worth it. They are worth it, but it took me some time to get back into it. And then I got you know, we got Wes. He's one of the newer members of the team. Wes is he's very, very low key, but his talent is so high. It's like
I seen it the night I came to the studio.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know Wes does music.
That's what I'm saying though.
I didn't even know.
But he does it at such a high clip that when I first sidebar on it, like Wes and I have always been family. We grew up on Ferris. You know what I'm saying? Out of anybody in the group, Wes and I have known each other the longest.
Shout out Ferris Ave, White Plains.
Exactly. You know, FAP. So him and I, always cool. Our pops was always cool. Nigga, I used to stay at his grandma's crib on Ferris. I used to stay at his crib in Portchester. He used to stay at my crib. Like we real family. And not until like the last 2 years when we like came back together and I found out he was making music. Like Shaq put me on that he's been recording with him and I heard some shit and I'm like, who's this? He's like, nigga, that's Wes. And I'm like, no way. I don't believe it. And bro, that's my mission right now, getting him to really up his talent level. You know, he's into production, engineering, songwriting.
Right.
You know, so whether he songwrites for me, you know, helps me write records, whatever the case is, I'm all for it because at the end of the day, we family. You know what I'm saying? And he has something that he's willing to bring to the table. You know, that and that's the one thing about me is like, you see me in all these videos and you see me doing all these things because I'm a large contribution to it. I don't give a fuck about the credits.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be there and I want to be able to live in what I'm able to create. So, that's what I'm trying to do for Wes. We got my boy Waves, 21? Yeah, 21. Young scholar, boy's a genius.
Wow.
He's, you know, and his music is so infectious too. You know, it's like, once again, him and Wes are in the same boat where if you was to see them and then you go into a studio and play their music and then come back out, you'd be like, y'all did that?
Right.
Because shit, I even had that reaction. And then we got my brother Peso, last but not least. You know, he's getting himself together. We've all been waiting for him to drop a project or just drop some more singles and, you know, turn that pain that he really live in and into something that's better for him.
Right.
You know, and that's what it is for us. That's U.C.A. We a creative academy. You know, soon we're gonna.
What does U.C.A. stand for?
So it stands for Universal Creative Academy.
Gotcha.
Right. So basically, what it is as a place where, you know, we're rendering academic lessons. It's not necessarily academics in English, science, math, and history. It's academics in like spirituality, you know, mental understanding, financial freedom. It's like, it's the shit that schools don't give a fuck about.
Yeah, they don't want to fucking teach us that
because it goes against their system. You know what I'm saying? And I know what we're doing. There's gonna be a lot of hate. There's gonna be a lot of undercover fucking sabotage that niggas gonna try to do because we're not just here for anything music or fitness or culinary. Right. You know, we're here for anything under the umbrella of authenticity. And if you want to get better, come fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. We hold people accountable, and that's why some people don't fuck with us. It's because you mad at me for being able to accept you're wrong, but you can't accept it. Right. And you mad that I'm doing that. And that's why, like, I'm very big with these guys right here. That's why we created this academy, you know, because we hold each other accountable, bro. You
guys, similar, you have a close-knit group. Yeah. And like you said, you do hold each other accountable. You make sure that everybody's on top of their games. Everybody's trying to put content out. Everybody's, you know, trying to perfect their craft. And with that being said, you know, even just, not just U.C.A., but I've noticed that you have other friends as well who are in the industry. One of them being, you know, Melly. And shout out to Melly because, you know, she's doing her thing. She's doing her thing.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
How did y'all meet?
So Melly and I met the way a lot of kids these days meet through Instagram. But I've known Melly since I was 16. Like when I first had got in my car. And you know, Melly is a very, very key. Will tell you, when we went to LA, we linked with her for some time. She's very authentic. You know, but not only is she very authentic, she's very transparent. You know, like the way she feels and, you know, what she thinks, she's not afraid to share it. And you know, we met at that time. One night I think she was coming home from PA because she was recording. She had a little team at the time, I think. And she was coming back to the bus terminal. She lived in Harlem. You know, it wasn't really too far from 42nd. But it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and her ride had canceled on her. So, you know, we were talking prior, like, you know, she's mad cool, and she's like, oh, you know, I'm stuck in the city, whatever the case is. And basically that's how it happened. I went to go get her one night, and I picked her up probably at like 1. Didn't end up dropping her off till 4 because we walked down Chelsea Piers. We smoked. We talked about just mad shit because we always had great conversation over text. And then, you know, once that happened, we were really cool. Then I was in a relationship at that time. So my ex at the time couldn't necessarily gauge, you know, the fact that
you know how women do.
Right. trying to create a friendship. And, you know, to be honest, like, to my knowledge, I had no idea. Like, I knew Melly made music, but I had no idea, like, life would take off for her the way it did.
Right.
And I'm super proud and I'm super happy for her. And, you know, she's made me a part of a lot of things. You know, that she's brought me to a lot of places. She's put me in a lot of rooms that, you know, she ain't have to.
Right.
You know, there's so many things that we've shared that, like, I'll never go back on that girl for nothing. You know, I tell her all the time, like you said, I got friends in this industry.
Yeah.
She's the realest friend that I have. That, like, when it comes to her bullshit, she not gonna let you go through it just cause she been through it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's the type, once again, that someone I can learn from. She's gonna sit here in all her wrongs and all her rights and teach me.
Right. So basically, you know, Melly's that's a real nigga.
Yeah, real nigga.
Real nigga.
Real nigga. She'll let you know about yourself in a second.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been times that she had to check me, like, yo, you feel me? Like, this is how I feel.
Right.
And, you know, everyone's entitled to their feelings. But I respect her so much that I know that's not coming from a place of malice or envy or whatever the case is.
Right.
So, you know, shout out Mel. That's my sis for real. I dead love her. Like, I was just talking to her last night, so.
That's dope, man. That's fire. Key, when we get in the restaurant popping, man.
Bezoos.
Oh man, Bezoo coming.
Bezoo.
Actual restaurant 2021, definitely. That's what I'm shooting for. Next 6 to 12 months.
That's fire, bro.
Food wise, I'm thinking about doing something a little later this month. A little humanitarian vibes because I want to, you know, the time's getting hard, it's getting very cold outside, and since the holidays is coming around, not everybody got family, not everybody's fortunate to be blessed how everybody else around us is. So I want to get back to the communities around Westchester, around my city, Mount Vernon, Yonkers if possible. Just, you know, help out the needy. Like, I don't know, that shit just bothers me. Even when we're in the city, that shit just bothers me.
We always talk about that shit.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean to cut you up, but he's big on, like, that humanitarian shit. And, you know, we all come from jaded shit, bro. We all come from a situation that could make niggas, like, selfish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck about the next man. I don't give a fuck about that homeless nigga struggling right now.
Right.
But we not taking into account that we got clothes on our back, family that we could depend on and call. And there's somebody outside don't even know when they could brush their teeth, bro.
Right. Right.
Fuck a next meal. You know what I'm saying?
And not for nothing, you guys, I'm sorry to cut you off. A lot of us have neighborhoods on our back, cities on our back.
Right.
You know, people that really look up to us and look to us to do these type of things because they know that we mean well. Mm-hmm. They know that we play a big part in pushing the culture forward.
Absolutely.
And, like, even, like, boom, for me, like, yeah, there's people that's moving and shaking in Greenberg. There's people that's doing things, that's making music, doing things. But I feel like I'm the mouthpiece for Greenberg. I feel like the fucking mayor.
Right.
And rightfully so.
As you should.
And I feel like I have obligations as well. And I'm pretty sure besides you guys just having pure hearts, you guys have obligations as well.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And, you know, like, obligations don't stop. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing about life. You know, we all got burdens. We all go through trials and tribulations. You know, family shit. We all, you know, got our own personal shit. And that's why I don't ever watch the next man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like kind of like me going through some shit and then, you know, because of who Nico is and the way he, you know, like, for an example, saying, nah, bro, your shit isn't as bad as mine. Nigga, I don't know that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, I that's one thing, like, I'm not big on ringing my excuses. I'm doing away with excuses in general. Right. You know, that's something that we've been hard on each other for. Is the fact that, okay, nigga, everybody got an excuse. Everybody got a reason for not wanting to do something. Mm-hmm. But nobody looks at the power of choice. Right. You choose to be dormant the same way you choose to be high. So, you know, I'm capitalizing on my choice. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm aware and I understand and I get it. And that's just how life should be, bro. You know, that's how I try to tell everybody, all my friends, everybody who asks me about my music and shit like that. So
that's dope. So, like, basically to piggyback off a question I already asked you, about who you will work with from the 914. You
Right.
know, you said Mary J. Are there anybody, you know, on a local scale
Yeah.
that you would like to work with that you've never worked with before?
Jordan area from Neuro. She's very, very tough. Her and Nico been working a lot, so I've been able to get to see her and her creativeness, and she always shares ideas with me. We just never really got around to it.
Right.
In terms of anybody that I will work with locally, this might not be the best look on me, but I don't really listen to anyone outside of like the people who fuck with me.
Listen. All I'm gonna say is this: you don't gotta look at it like that.
Yeah.
Because you focused on you, as you should.
Right.
And then, like you said, if someone's fucking with you, you're gonna look.
Right.
You're gonna look.
Right.
You know, you're big on loyalty.
Right. I'm very big on that.
So it's like that's who you're loyal to, and that's what you want to do. So I mean, I respect it.
Yeah, and like, not to say that there isn't any artist I would want to work with. I just don't have my ear to the local artists out there because, you know, we're all peers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's some tough, talented motherfuckers, especially, you know, shout out Arden, Foresight Podcast.
Shout out to the Foresight Podcast.
You know, he dropped a R&B project recently, and there's some guy on there named Jax. I don't know who he is or where he's from really, but that's one of my favorite songs on that shit. It's called Circles, I believe. And, you know, people like that, like people I never heard of. So, you know, out of all the people that I really know make music, maybe about 98 of them don't support. And I'm gonna be honest, and this is just me being real and me being transparent, bro. It's like, these are people I once had conversations with before Feds Watching, before Over You, before Complete, before On Go, before niggas listen to my shit, cause there's, for me, the support doesn't match up with the listens. I get more listens and plays than I do support. Yeah. So I know people are tapping in. Right. I know people are watching. And it's just like, cause I also go through my Instagram shit and I see my insights and then, bro, I'm not responsible for you or your actions. You get what I'm saying? But nobody really that like Jordan supports, and anybody that I wanna work with, I have either worked with or I'm working closer to that. Another person that I really want to work with that's from here that doesn't live here currently is Hoodie Mitch, Larry. Yep. You know, he's currently in LA. That's my brother. We first started making music when I was like 6th grade. He was the first nigga out here. Him and my he kind of like my OG Lonnie. First niggas I knew to really like be out here making music, like going to a studio and doing that. So besides Jordan and him, I work with Neek, I work with Classic, I work with Johnny, I work with Wes, I work with Shaq, I work with Hunter, I work with my guys. You know, they support me, they all honest.
Home team.
Yeah, home team. And I'm not looking over my shoulder for anybody. You know, I've had that lane open, bro. I had that time to be everybody's friend. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And also too is like the niggas out here that really make music, there's a big age gap between us and them.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For
like
sure.
They about 6+ years older than us.
For sure. If this was boxing, you know, everybody there's divisions.
Yeah, right.
You know,
right,
everybody's a champ in their own division.
Right, for sure. So like I'm in my weight class, they're in their weight class, and you know, we all want something different. Right. So nobody's really reached out to me, and to be honest, I feel like I don't need to reach out to anybody. I feel like I have my team between Sherry, Melly, Nico, Hunter, Wes, Kai Cash, shout out my brother Kai. You know what I'm saying? Like if I wanted to get any of these people on any of these songs, I could, but even them, like I don't, you know what I'm saying? They my friend, they my family. Like I don't give a fuck about that too much. You know? Like we all share ideas. If you want to get on something, they get on something. All right. And that's that. If not, I'm gonna continue to do what I gotta do.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. So basically, gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna wrap this up, but I just really want to say thank y'all for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Oh yeah, always, man. You know, I told y'all, man, this shit a layup, man. This shit light. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm intrigued to see the restaurant. I'm intrigued to hear the new project coming out, Hertz. I'm proud of both of you. I just met you, and I'm already proud of you. Me and you, we've had conversations prior to the podcast. Right. We're going to keep having conversations. Right. And you know where I stand when it comes to you and the whole U.C.A. I'm proud of everybody in your group, in your academy. I'm proud of all of y'all.
Thank you.
Basically, for promotion services, are there any brands, anything the people should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, shout out to my brother Jay Jewel. Shout out to Dior. I'm very big on. You won't ever see me in designer. You know what I'm saying? I probably got some Gucci shoes. That's about it. That's been in my closet for almost a year and a half now.
Right.
I don't wear them. Shout out Dosie's. I'm a brand ambassador for my homegirl Bria. She's based in DC, another black-owned company. There's a Foresight Network. Shout out Arden. He gave us some one-on-one hoodies. Me and Key. There's shout out Diallo from Cap Harlem USA. He always holds it down with the fitteds and shit like that. So there's a couple brands that people should look out for.
I got one more.
Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. High End JT, my brother.
Oh yeah, from Neuro. Shout out JT.
Tap in.
And also too, bro. Like, shout out my brother Isaac Brainstorm. He's helped me create something for Jordan. Shout out to this girl Amira. She's gonna be, I think, our head designer. I've been showing the guys and like talking to them. She's gonna be our head designer for because we're gonna create one-on-one pieces.
That's dope.
And and also too, I'm about to drop a line with my project.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be
merchandise, man.
So my line is gonna be Hertz. Like that's just gonna be my. It's already in process, copyright and trademark.
And how will that be spelled for the?
So it's HERTZ.
Gotcha.
Hertz.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It's an entendre on emotions, but it's really a play on the vibrations that we get from our feelings.
And entendre, that's a SAT word.
Yeah.
Right there.
So it's like so an entendre is basically like having the same kind of meaning as I would say. So like
two different words.
Yeah, it's like two different words or two different. One thing means three different things. So it's double entendre, triple entendre, quadruple. Nico is the king of entendres, bro. There's nobody I've ever seen like him and Jay-Z are probably the only niggas I've seen go back to back, like bar for bar for bar for bar for bar for bar for bar, entendres.
Wow.
And that's so hard. Like, like on a literature level, you gotta be ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You gotta understand like pronouns, nouns, verbs, adjectives, all of those things to constructively make it make sense.
And nigga, I feel like we back in school right now.
Yo, bro,
hooked on phonics, babies.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying like I be listening to Nico write some shit and he writes so quick and I be like,
what?
Damn it. Damn, this nigga's good. Damn. But it's like, it's motivating, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, and he's here sharing with me. I think out of all the people, like him and I share with each other the most. Right. So any other brands? Shout out to my sister Madison. Yesterday was her birthday, or 2 days ago was her birthday. She's a young fashion designer who's into, anything that has to do with fashion under the sun.
That's dope.
So, for ladies and males, if you're looking for a dope local around the tri-state area designer, Madison Brim is the one to go to. And that's really it for all the brands that I know.
That's hard. I'm gonna give a shout out to my man DeAndre Tilford from Greenberg with his brand Trey Ball for all the young hoopers out there that want to get down with the gang. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Trey Ball. And
you got a wicked jump shot. You down with Trey Ball, baby?
And I want to give a shout out to my moms. She's been working real hard. And she's actually very proud that she could go on her Apple Music and download my song and have her son with her anywhere she go. Have his voice with her. So, shout out to my moms. Shout out to my brother Bev. Shout out to the whole U.C.A. family. Shout out to the Pound podcast for finally having us.
For sure.
And shout out to us. Shout out to the young black kings and queens all over the world.
For sure, you know what I'm saying? And I want to give a shout out to my moms too, you know what I'm saying? I just hope that you can be proud of this podcast right now and not think about whooping my ass for the bad language that I've been using this whole time. And that's the Pie on Podcast, episode 4, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank all of y'all for checking us out. I want to thank my good brother, Rashon Kamari. I want to thank my good brother, Key, and the rest of the U.C.A. family. It's a wrap, y'all. We out.
We out.